Mighty Blues, my name is of course Cameron and welcome back to today's video. Today we are going to be previewing the big one, Everton versus Liverpool at Anfield, the Merseyside derby this Sunday, 4:30 kick-off. Before we get into talking about the game at all, I just want to say an 4:30 kick-off is an absolute bloody travesty with a derby. It's a Sunday, so you know, you basically are straight back into work the next day. So whatever the result, you've got to go into work and brave the opposition fans gloating. Hopefully it's Everton fans gloating to Liverpool fans on the Monday. But nevertheless, the Merseyside derby, the biggest game of the season for me, the hardest game of the season as well, as it is at Anfield. Briefly spoken about this over the last couple of videos. I think we have a good chance in this game, I really do. I think this is the first Merseyside derby at Anfield in a long time where I've been secretly confident. Don't get me wrong, I am still nervous, and when it comes to Sunday afternoon I probably will still be a little bit, you know, hesitant, and I'll be a little bit nervous and I'll be a little bit worried. But just thinking about the game, you know, a few days before, obviously recording this preview, just thinking about it, I am confident, and I'm confident that Marco Silva will set out to go and get a result against Liverpool and to go to Anfield and to play the nice football that we're used to seeing, and to go there and, you know, show everybody how we can play football, and I'm confident that we will do that. So obviously Everton's record at Anfield over the past 15, 20, however many years hasn't been fantastic at all. We've been on the back end of some absolute batterings over the last, you know, few years, recent seasons, and we've been on the end of some losses where, you know, you're sitting there and you're thinking we didn't deserve to lose that at all. Obviously this fixture ended 1-1 last season. Gylfi Sigurdsson slotting. Wayne Rooney it was, scored the penalty, wasn't it, after Calvert-Lewin got brought down. Gylfi Sigurdsson slotted in the FA Cup game, I believe, at Anfield, which we lost 2-1. But yeah, for me, I think the key thing for this game is that Marco Silva and the team themselves don't think too much about it being a derby, and don't sit there and think, oh my god, it's a Merseyside derby, we're playing Liverpool, they're doing so well. I think we have to approach this game in a very similar way to the way we approached the Chelsea game. Listen, we're playing a top team away from home. We need to go out there, we need to show what we can do, we need to attack, make the most of our chances, make sure we're creating a lot of chances, good chances for the attackers, and defend really well, keep a strong back line. And I think when you look at this game and you think, oh my god, it's a Merseyside derby at Anfield, you do sort of think, well, we haven't won there in that many years, is there going to be pressure, is the players going to be feeling that? But when you just sit back there and think, you know, let's disregard what the game is, let's disregard the situation and just think, okay, who are we playing? We're playing Liverpool at Anfield. Yes, they're you know, one of the top teams this season, although it kills me to say it. Yes, they're doing very well. Yes, they're unbeaten. But as with Chelsea, all three of them things, when we played them, I know they're not unbeaten now, but when we played them, they were unbeaten. And we went out and we played very well at Stamford Bridge. So we have to adopt the same mentality going into Sunday's game at Anfield. So put me predicted starting 11 up there. It's getting a little bit too easy for me now to do these predicted starting 11s. And I think that's a good thing, to be honest. I don't want you guys to think I'm just lazing it out and using the same one for every video, but I think what we've taken over the last couple of weeks is Marco Silva knows what his starting 11 is going to be, and I think there's only really room for one or two changes. You know, you're looking at maybe Ademola Lookman coming in, which we'll discuss in a minute. You're looking at potentially a back five with Zuma, Mina and Keane, but other than that, I don't think there's many other changes he can make, and I think he has found his starting 11 now. He has found the 11 players that he wants to start for Everton every week, and I think that's massively important. You know, we've got a solid back line now. We've got two really good midfielders. We've got Gylfi Sigurdsson absolutely on fire. We've got Richarlison on fire. So it does become pretty easy to predict the starting 11, or to predict there and there about what the starting 11 is going to be, and that's a fantastic thing. That's, you know, that's brilliant, because that means that, you know, we can sit here and we can think, you know, okay, we're going to probably line up like this, so how are we going to, you know, utilise our strengths? How are we going to, you know, make sure that we don't let them get through? So I've gone for Jordan Pickford in goal, as per usual, doesn't need explaining. Luverdine at left back. I've gone for Yerry Mina and Michael Keane at centre half. Obviously Yerry Mina having another very good game against Cardiff. He didn't have to do much, but what he had to do, he done well. Michael Keane again with another great performance, and I do just think it is unlucky for Kurt Zouma at the minute, because he was playing, you know, fantastically well before, you know, he had to come out for the Chelsea game. But I just think it's one of them things at the minute where, you know, we've signed Yerry Mina. He was the centre-back to come in to fix all of our issues, and he's come in and he's done that. We've obviously got Michael Keane, who's stepped it up a level this season, so it has to stay with that. And like I mentioned there before, Marco Silva may well go with a 5 at the back, but for me, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't change a thing to to the formation. Definitely, I can see maybe changes to the team. Like I said, maybe Ademola Lookman coming in. But I wouldn't change the formation at all, because I think when you start changing formations, you start changing tactics, you start changing how you line up. And I know a back five may not necessarily be a negative thing, but why should we go for the back five at Anfield? Why don't we go with how we've been playing, you know, the formation that we've been playing recently, and just go at them and attack it like it's any other game? So I've gone for Andre Gomez and Idrissa Gana Gueye in the centre of midfield. Seamus Coleman at right back taking the armband. I don't think I mentioned him there. I've gone for Bernard on the left, Ademola Lookman on the right, Gylfi Sigurdsson through the middle, and Richarlison up front. Now, I am recording this before Marco Silva's pre-game press conference, but I assume there hasn't been any injuries. There's been no injury news. If you follow us on Twitter at Mighty Blues YT, that's where we give all the injury news. Anything that comes out of the club regarding injuries, regarding players, we do tweet it out over there. But there's been no injury news this week, so bagging on the fact that nobody gets injured in tomorrow's training session, or if they do a training session on Saturday as well, that I think this is the team that we're more than likely to see. The Lookman situation with Walcott, and whether Walcott's going to come out and Lookman come in, is a strange one for me. I was thinking about it before. It's a difficult one, and listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Theo Walcott starts this game, and I wouldn't be particularly bothered if Theo Walcott starts this game. I think Theo Walcott's a very good player. He brings pace, he brings skill, and he knows how to score, and he knows how to turn up in the big game. So I wouldn't particularly be worried if Theo Walcott started in this game. However, I would like to see Ademola Lookman get his chance. Now, like I say, I was thinking about this scenario before, and I was thinking, when is Ademola Lookman going to come in? When is he going to break into this team? When is he going to get his opportunity to show us what he can do? Because we've seen him come off the bench against Chelsea. We've seen him come off the bench last weekend against Cardiff. We've seen him, come off the bench against Crystal Palace and perform fantastically and change those games. He's looked really bright. He's been able to beat players. He's been able to get in good positions and create some very good chances. Not to mention, obviously, the friendly against Gor Mahia, where he was the best player on the pitch by a country mile. So I've been thinking, when is Ademola Lookman going to get his opportunity? And having looking at this game and having looking at the derby, and seeing that Marco Silva has tended to stick with Theo Walcott on that right hand side for the last couple of games in opportunities that he could have put Ademola Lookman in. He could have brought Ademola Lookman in against Cardiff. It would have been the easier decision, because he's playing a weaker team at Goodison Park. It gives him more time, like I said, against the poorer team, to get involved in the game and to grow into the game and to have a real impact. But he didn't. He started with Theo Walcott and Lookman come on, and I think I've been having a thing, and I don't know whether this is just a wild thought or conspiracy of mine. I don't know whether Marco Silva has said to Ademola Lookman, look, maybe you're not quite ready yet, we're going to bring you off the bench, we're going to see when you're ready, we're going to, test you, we're going to bring you off the bench in games and see how you do. He's seen that he's impacted them, and maybe he's using this derby game as sort of a marker for Ademola Lookman. Maybe he's going to say, right, here's your opportunity, Merseyside derby against Anfield. You don't only need to go out and, play out your skin because we're against a very good team at their home ground. You need to go out and prove to me why you should be in the starting 11 every week. And I think that's vitally important for Marco Silva and for Ademola Lookman, as for when he gets his chance, when Lookman gets his chance to show what he's capable of, he goes out and he really does take that chance. And I think that could be something tactically that Marco Silva looks to do. He brings him in and he says, look, we've got the derby here, I'm going to start you because I think you've been really good off the bench. I think you've done fantastically so far, so we're going to bring you in, and this is your opportunity to show us what you can do. Yes, that may pressure Ademola Lookman, and yes, he might be feeling the effects of it being an Anfield and it being a derby, but I think he's a young, hungry lad, and he wants to impress and he wants to play for Everton, so he may take that opportunity in a stride and say, look, this might be the only opportunity I'm getting, I'm going to make worth of it. And he might come on and he might start the derby and he might have an absolute fantastic game. He might rip them to pieces and say, look, I should be in this team every week. And then Marco Silva's gone, you know what, you should. That's your opportunity, you've taken it, and you've done it at Anfield against Liverpool. So I don't know, that's just something I was thinking about before that Marco Silva may look to do. Alternatively, listen, he may just put Theo Walcott in there and say, I'm impressed with what Ademola's doing off the bench, I'm impressed with his work rate, I'm impressed with the skills that he's introducing into his game and the positions he's getting in, but he's not quite ready to do it at a consistent Premier League level. So for now, he is going to come off the bench. I don't know, I've seen a lot on Twitter, obviously we've seen a lot after the Cardiff game of that team news for the derby, and a lot of people saying the only change they would make is to bring Ademola Lookman in for Theo Walcott. I did do a poll actually on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I said, if Ademola Lookman is to come in on Sunday against Liverpool, who comes out? Is it Walcott? Is it Bernard? And I think 70% said Walcott, but there was a few people saying Bernard, and the reason I said that is because, listen, this isn't anything on Theo Walcott. This isn't to scapegoat Theo Walcott, you know, say he hasn't been good enough, Lookman should be in the team over him all day. It's nothing to do with that. Theo Walcott has been fantastic since he joined Everton, and this season, look, he hasn't, you know, started as we would have liked, but he hasn't been awful. He's played okay, he scored goals, and you know, he's been involved. He was involved in the Cardiff goal at the weekend, you know, he got one-on-one with the keeper, his shot saved, and Gylfi Sigurdsson takes the rebound. So this isn't anything on Theo Walcott. It's just, for me, Ademola Lookman needs to break into this team. He needs to get his opportunity, because we've seen him in the glimpses and we've seen just how good of a player he can be. We need to make sure this lad is featuring sort of consistently, weekly, and that's why I included Bernard, because I think, you know, Bernard's improving, and he is, and he's only going to improve with fitness, but he hasn't been unbelievable. He hasn't been the best player in the world. He hasn't lit it up so far. So if we're talking about Theo coming out, then equally you can say, well, what about Bernard? Does maybe Bernard deserve to drop out for a couple of games and make way for an Ademola Lookman? Personally, for me, I think there's an argument there, but I do think I would rather Walcott come out, because I think Bernard offers you more skillfully, and he's got more of an attacking, creative brain than Theo Walcott does have. Don't get me wrong, Theo's proved he can put the ball in the back of the net in the Premier League. Bernard hasn't so far, and he's had some good opportunities. The one against Manchester United springs to mind, but I think Bernard just offers that little bit more, you know, more of a creative brain than Theo does, and I think that's something that we're going to need desperately on Sunday against this Liverpool side. So like I said then, for me, the important thing is, going into this game, is that we don't think of it as a Merseyside derby. Look, it's a Merseyside derby. You're going to have fans that are nervous, you're going to have, some of the players might be a little bit nervous, but I mentioned it in Monday's review to the Cardiff City game. The likes of Lucas Dean played in some of the top leagues in the world. Yerry Mina, World Cup quarter-finalist. Richarlison, absolutely on fire for club and country at the minute. These players aren't going to be worried to go to Anfield. They're going to see it as just another game and just another day to impress and to climb up the ladder. And I think, listen, in terms of league position, we're in a really good position at the moment. We're going to Liverpool away. They're unbeaten. It's a very tough game, but we need to look at ourselves. We don't need to look and think, oh my god, Liverpool are, you know, unbeaten, they're doing really well at home, it's a derby, we haven't won there in however many years. We need to look at it and go, listen, we're 60 and Manchester United to 7, they dropped points last week, we're here, we need to go here to make sure that they can't catch easily, and then if we go here, we can go, you know, go and challenge Arsenal, and maybe even challenge for the top 4, who knows, Manchester United can do it, so why can't Everton do it? So we need to focus on ourselves, and I think it's massively important that Marco Silva sets this game out to attack, and to, you know, not just sit back, you know, okay, let's defend really well and let's make sure we are really tight at the back, because we know what the likes of Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah and Firmino can do on their day. We know they can tear any team apart in the Premier League. Kills me to say because I'm an Evertonian, but it's true, let's not lie, let's not kid ourselves. So we do need to make sure we're tight at the back, but we need to make sure that we are playing nice attacking football, we're dictating that midfield and we're creating opportunities, and we go at this game like we've gone at every other Premier League game and not treat it any differently. And overall for me, that all boils down to the manager, that boils down to Marco Silva. I was having a discussion earlier on with one of my friends, and he said, you know, I don't think Marco Silva's got a defensive mindset, a defensive strategy in him to think, okay, we're going away to Liverpool, we're going to put 5 at the back and we're going to defend all game. I don't think that's what Marco Silva will do. I don't think he's got any you know, inkling to do that at all. I think Marco Silva's the type of manager that will go, we're just going to another really good team, we need to make sure we're strong at the back, but we can still exploit them, like we did against Manchester United, where they had an absolute stupid penalty, which wasn't a penalty, but we were creating chances, like we done against Arsenal when we were creating chances, and ideally we should have been 2 or 3-0 up by half time against Arsenal, like we did against Chelsea, where we kept them from doing anything, and you know, like I say, we were bursting forward, and I think Marco Silva will do that. Like I say, for me, the last couple of managers we've had going into Merseyside derbies have purely gone out there to not be beaten, and in turn doing that, we've been beaten. Allardyce, Koeman have gone out to just sit 11 men behind the ball and say, listen, we're going to go for a draw here, and if by any chance we can nick a win, then absolutely unbelievable, but we're putting 11 men behind the ball and we're just stopping them from attacking. And Liverpool are the type of team, they're not a Cardiff City, they're not Huddersfield, they're not going to let us have the ball and say, you come at us. These are the type of team that are going to work into our hands and how we play this season. They're going to want the ball, they're going to attack us, and they're going to give us opportunities to attack them on the break and to counter-attack. And like I say, as long as we are defensively, you know, well organised, and we make sure that any ball that comes in the box is dealt with, and we attack forcefully and we can counter-attack like we've done against Brighton, like we've done this season against Fulham, against the, you know, Arsenal as well. I know we weren't successful against Arsenal, but we were still counter-attacking fast. If we can do that, then we can go out and we can, you know, get something out of this game. Listen, I don't want to be too optimistic and say we're going to go there and win, but we've seen Liverpool lose last night against PSG, as recording this on Thursday. So they can be beaten, and they can be beaten if people go there and don't fear them and say, you know what, if teams go there and say, you know what, we're just going to go at you here and we're going to give you what we've got and show how we can play football as well, rather than saying we're going to sit back, let you have the ball, and, you know, we're just going to try and defend, because that doesn't work. Because at the end of the day, you know, look, I'm a bitter blue. I am a bitter blue. I hate Liverpool. Nobody hates Liverpool more than me. It's like, you know, like Voldemort and Harry Potter, where it's like the man that should not be named. That's like me with Liverpool. Whenever I refer to Liverpool, I can barely say the word. That's how bitter I am. But I'm not stupid, and I'm not naive, and I won't sit here and say Salah's crap, Firmino's crap, Mane's crap. Listen, Salah's been off form this season. Firmino's not as good as Richarlison. No, I'm only messing, but they are really good players. They can, you know, like I said, destroy any team in this league on their day, and I think it's important that we make sure that they don't have their day, and like I said, you know, we need to be defensively strong to deal with that, and we need to make sure we don't just sit 11 men behind the ball, because if we do, they're going to have a lot of the ball, they're going to create a lot of chances, and, you know, look at the draw works, you shoot 100 times, at least one of them's going to go in. Not saying that they'll have 100 shots, but that's what happens when you defend against teams like Liverpool. They just have chance after chance after chance, and at a certain point in the game your luck runs out, and we've seen that with previous managers. So it's important that we go out and we play like we've been playing, and we don't fear this game at all. And like I say, I don't think Marco Silva will fear this game. I think he will go out and he will say to the lads, look, you're just playing another really good team, exactly like the Chelsea situation. You're playing away from home. We need to go out, be defensively strong, and attack them when we can. And I think that's the sort of team talk that Silva will have before the game, and he'll have had all week in saying. And one thing I do think we need to be cautious of is the obviously decisions in derbies. We've seen it before, absolutely awful decisions made. Just last year we seen 2 penalty decisions given in a derby. You know, we had one for Liverpool, which was, I think, Mason Holgate brought Adam Lallana down, which was soft but was a foul, let's be honest, and one for Everton where Dominic Calvert-Lewin got pushed in the back, which was a blatant penalty, although some people decided it wasn't. It was a clear penalty. So what we have to be careful with is decisions like that. This referee has been announced this week. It's Chris Cavanagh, I believe his name is. He is a very young referee, very inexperienced referee. Will never have refereed a game as the magnitude of this. He's refereed Liverpool once this season. I believe they beat, I think it was Cardiff, or they won in that game, and he's refereed Everton once this season, and that was the Carabao Cup defeat to Southampton, which I don't think there was, from what I remember, there wasn't many poor refereeing decisions in that. It was just, we were just awful, and it was the wrong team decision. But for me, like I said, we've got a young, inexperienced referee who will undoubtedly feel the pressure of the Liverpool crowd, feel the pressure of their players crowding around them. So it's vitally important that we don't give him any opportunity to, you know, to blow up or to give a foul or to give a stupid decision. You know, we've seen Yerry Mina's challenge against Morata against Chelsea, and for me, it wasn't a penalty. Morata dives, but we're looking at it on a replay. Mina isn't looking at the ball, and the ball comes in from this way, and he's looking this way, and they're tangling with each other, and Morata goes down. If you've got an inexperienced referee in a Merseyside derby and he sees something like that, he's going to blow the whistle, because he's going to feel the pressure of the fans, the pressure of the game, the television. He knows what the pundits are going to be saying about it. He knows the players are going to crowd around. He's going to give that decision. So we need to make sure, you know, when I say we're defensively strong, we're not stupid. We don't give him the opportunity to, you know, to make decisions like that. This referee has given, I think, 20 odd yellow cards out this season. I think he's refereed 13 games and 1 red card, and the red card was actually to James Maddison for diving. You know, it wasn't a straight red for diving. I believe he was booked early in the game for the challenge, and then he was second yellow carded for diving. So the referee isn't scared to make a harsh decision in a game like, you know, the Leicester game, where there probably wasn't a lot riding on it. This is a Merseyside derby at Anfield. How many years, how many times have we seen referees bottle it at Anfield and bottle decisions and send Everton players off for nonsense tackles and give penalties for nonsense decisions? So we need to be aware that this referee is very inexperienced. And I'm not, before anybody comments or anybody thinks, I'm not making excuses. I'm not going at the referee already. I'm not saying, if I get a few digs in at the referee already when he makes a bad decision, I can say, I told you so. I'm not doing that. All I'm saying is this lad is an inexperienced referee, and he won't have refereed a game at this magnitude before. So we need to make sure we don't give him any decisions to make. You don't give him any clear-cut decisions. We make good challenges and we get the ball, you know, fairly, and we win balls in the air, and we are just overall stronger than Liverpool, you know, more defensively organised and better at winning the ball back than they are, because as soon as we start, you know, stupid challenges, or maybe one of their players gets tumbled up and he dives, you know, we've seen them before, and I wouldn't be surprised if the referee does give a stupid decision. And that's what I can't get out of my mind, that there's going to be a blunder of a decision by the referee on Sunday. Every time I think about this game, I think, yes, I'm really excited. Merseyside derby, we've got a great opportunity here, you know, to challenge them top 5 and to beat Liverpool at Anfield ultimately. But I then think, but it's just destined that the referee is going to make an absolutely awful decision. So I think it's important that we make sure we, you know, minimise the chance of that happening by everything really, and we don't give him the opportunity to make that chance. So yeah, like I said, we'll give a little word on Liverpool because we do every other time, every other preview. So Liverpool currently second in the league, obviously still unbeaten. Marco Silva's men looking to turn that 0 into a 1. Listen, they're playing very good. Like I said, I don't like to talk about Liverpool. I hate Liverpool as much as the next Everton fan does, but they're playing well. They are playing well at the minute in the Premier League, and they're looking like, with the Champions League form, they're looking like they're going to focus on the Premier League this season and focus on, you know, beating Man City to that title. So, you know, they're a top team. Forgetting it's Liverpool, forgetting it's the Merseyside derby, they're a top team, and they are a team that are going to be difficult to get anything against. But I do think we can get, you know, 3 points against them, and I think this can be the season that we break that curse and we get the win at Anfield. And I think if any manager's going to do it in recent years, and I know you probably would have said that, we'd have probably said that in Koeman's first season, Martinez's first season, whatever, but if any manager's going to do it, it's Marco Silva and his way of playing and his attacking mindset. And like I said, I don't think he will be thinking about this game defensively in his mind. So yeah, that is going to be it for this preview. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on my predicted starting 11. Do you think Ademola Lookman should come in? If so, who do you think he comes in for, Walcott or Bernard? Do you think Marco Silva will go with a 5 at the back and play Keane, Zuma and Mina all together, or do you think he will go with just the same usual formation, same team, and go and attack Liverpool? What do you think he should do? Do you think he should play 5 at the back and maybe go, not necessarily a little bit more defensively, but a little bit more clever in you know, tightening that defence up and giving Lucas Dean and Seamus Coleman more of an attacking role at fullback? What do you think he should do? Let me know your comments in the comment section down below. If you're brave enough, and you do have to be brave enough to make a score prediction for this game, leave that in the comment section down below, as well as feel free to discuss anything that was discussed in this video, and let me know how you're feeling about Sunday's game. I'll be back on Monday, obviously, for the review to this game. Hopefully it is a happy, smiley, cheery one. If we beat Liverpool at Anfield, I dare say you probably won't be able to hear me much because I'll have probably lost my voice. But like I said, it's a Sunday R4, so by the time the game's over, you're literally finishing your pint, going home and getting ready for work the next day, and that's what I'll be doing. So let's hope we can get the 3 points. Let's hope Marco Silva can break that spell of however many years without a victory at Anfield. And like I said, the more important thing for me is not beating Liverpool, it's not winning at Anfield, it's getting more points on the table to make sure that we, you know, keep the momentum and we stay above the likes of Manchester United and we stay in this top 6. If you watch my video on Wednesday, my stream on Wednesday, sorry, you'll have seen me talk about the top 6 and how we've broken into it and how we're not acknowledged for it. So the first and foremost, the most important thing for me in this game is to get the points if we can, and if we create the chances, make sure we take them, get the points, stay in and around that top 6, and our aim now should be to challenge Arsenal for the top 5 and maybe even the top 4. That might be a little bit optimistic for the first season, but you know, that should be our aim, not to sort of be toying around with Manchester United. So hopefully we can get the 3 points. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Please do like the video if you have enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you on Monday. Hopefully we've got the 3 points, up the Blues. Come on, Marco Silva, let's break this curse. I'll see you soon on the Mighty Blues.